If you're on the Section 8 wait list right now, picture this. You've been waiting years, maybe even a decade, hoping your number comes up. You call the housing office, you check the website, and every time it's the same answer, still waiting. Now imagine things suddenly change. Your landlord hands you an eviction notice. Your apartment has no heat in the middle of winter. Or worse, you're in a dangerous situation and need out immediately. What happens then? Do you just keep waiting like nothing's changed? Here's what most people don't know. In certain cases, you can be moved up the line. It's called an emergency preference, and it could mean the difference between waiting years or getting help much sooner. What is emergency preference? When you apply for Section 8, you're placed on a wait list. And depending on your area, that wait list can be brutally long, 3, 5, even 10 years. But HUD and local housing authorities know not everyone can afford to wait. That's why many of them use preferences, rules that give some applicants priority. Emergency preference is one of the strongest. It's for people in urgent situations. Think of it like a fast pass at an amusement park. You're still in line, but you move ahead of people who aren't in crisis. The important thing is this: every housing authority sets its own rules. What qualifies in one city might not qualify in another. Who qualifies? Here are the most common situations: homelessness, living in a shelter, on the street, or in a place not meant for people. At risk of homelessness, eviction notice or lease ending with no housing lined up. In some places, being within 14 days of losing housing may count. Unsafe housing, broken plumbing, exposed wiring, black mold, or no heat. Domestic violence or safety threats. Survivors of abuse, stalking, or trafficking often qualify. Medical emergencies. If your current housing is making a serious condition worse, remember, rules vary. Always check directly with your local housing authority. What proof do you need? It's not enough to say you're in crisis. You need documents. That could be an eviction notice from your landlord, a police report or restraining order, a doctor's note linking your housing to health problems, a letter from a shelter or caseworker. Think of it like building a case. The stronger your proof, the better your chances. Why most people miss out, here's the truth. Most people don't even know this exists. They get on the wait list and just wait. For years. I've seen families waiting forever who finally learn about this, apply, and suddenly, boom, they're called in for a voucher interview within months. Not years, months. But that only happens if you advocate for yourself. The housing authority won't always tell you. You have to ask directly about emergency preference and be ready with your paperwork. A story to think about. Here's a quick example. A single mom of 2 was living with relatives. Crowded but stable. She stayed on the list, waiting. Another family, though, was facing eviction in 2 weeks. No relatives, no backup plan. The housing authority granted them emergency preference, and they moved forward. Some might say, that's not fair. But remember, Section 8 is meant to help the people who need it most. And when someone's about to be homeless, the system prioritizes them. Final thoughts. So here's the bottom line. If you're on the Section 8 wait list and facing a crisis, don't just wait. Call your housing authority. Ask about emergency preference. Gather your documents. Prove your situation and push for it. Because while most people wait years, this option exists to make sure urgent cases don't fall through the cracks. And if this video helps even one family move into safe housing faster, then it's worth it. So check today, because sometimes the fastest way off the wait list is knowing how to use the system.